Today, we step into the world of Epictetus, a man who started life in chains and rose to become a philosopher whose words still echo across the centuries. In an age of constant noise and relentless change, his teachings offer something rare: clarity, calm, and control. These are not just ancient ideas. These are tools to build a life of strength, peace, and unshakable purpose. So let us begin our journey through 7 timeless principles that Epictetus left behind, not for scholars, but for everyday people like you and me. People facing adversity, confusion, ambition, and doubt. These lessons are for life. Let's uncover their meaning and their power. 1. Know what's in your control and let go of the rest. This is the foundation of Epictetus's entire philosophy, the art of discernment. Imagine holding 2 baskets. In one, you place things you can control: your actions, your mindset, your effort, your values. In the other, everything else: traffic jams, the opinions of strangers, your past mistakes, and even your future. Most people live backwards. They obsess over the basket they can't control and neglect the one they can. Epictetus teaches us to flip that, to stop being prisoners of circumstance. He reminds us you can't always control what happens, but you can always control how you respond. And it's in that response, in that tiny space between what happens and how you choose to act, that your power lies. 2. Embrace adversity as fuel for growth. Pain is part of life, but suffering is optional. Epictetus saw adversity not as something to avoid, but as something to use. Challenges, he believed, were essential for becoming the person you're meant to be. Think of hardship like fire. It can destroy or it can forge. It depends on how you face it. When life gets hard, when people betray you, when dreams fall apart, when plans go wrong, Epictetus doesn't tell you to pretend it doesn't hurt. He tells you to ask, what can this teach me? How can this shape me? What strength is being built in me right now? When you stop fearing adversity and start working with it, every trial becomes a teacher and every storm becomes a stepping stone. 3. Detach from outcomes, focus on the process. Most of us tie our happiness to things we don't control: results, recognition, wealth, approval. Epictetus says, don't chase outcomes, chase excellence. Success is never guaranteed, but effort is always yours. So instead of obsessing over whether you'll win or lose, focus on doing your best with what you have, where you are. Detach from needing things to go your way and devote yourself to living the right way. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Because peace doesn't come from getting what you want. It comes from doing what's right and letting the rest go. 4. Master yourself before you try to master the world. There's a war that happens inside all of us, a war between impulse and intention, desire and discipline. Epictetus believed that self-mastery is the foundation of true freedom. Because if you're a slave to your emotions, your cravings, your distractions, then it doesn't matter what else you achieve. You're still not free. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about power. The power to say no when it matters. The power to stay calm in chaos. The power to keep going when it's hard. Build that power. Train your will. Strengthen your habits. And your character will carry you further than talent or luck ever could. 5. Live by your values even when it's inconvenient. Character isn't built when things are easy. It's revealed when doing the right thing costs you something. Epictetus taught that a life of peace must be built on a foundation of principle. Your values: honesty, courage, humility, compassion must guide your choices even when the world tells you otherwise. Living by your values isn't always popular. It won't always make you rich, but it will make you whole. And in the end, that's what matters. Because when your life is aligned with your principles, you don't just sleep better, you live better. 6. Accept impermanence. Nothing lasts, and that's okay. Everything you love will change. Every high will fade. Every moment is temporary. Epictetus didn't say this to depress you, but to free you. When you accept that nothing is permanent, you stop clinging. You start appreciating. You love more fully because you know it won't last forever. You forgive faster because you know time is limited. Impermanence is not the enemy, it's the invitation to be present. Right here, right now. This moment matters. And when it's gone, the next one will, too. Let go of what you can't hold. And watch how peace takes its place. 7. Practice gratitude. It's the shortcut to joy. Gratitude is not a personality trait. It's a skill, a habit, a lens through which you see the world. Epictetus taught that even in suffering, there is room for thankfulness, for the lessons, for the people who stay, for breath in your lungs and fire in your spirit. In a world that tells you to chase more, gratitude whispers you have enough. The more you practice it, the more you realize joy doesn't come from having everything. It comes from noticing everything. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't just check your phone. Take a moment, breathe, and remind yourself it's a gift to be here, to think, to feel, to love, to grow. Start there. Start with thanks. And so, we reach the end of our journey through the teachings of Epictetus. But the real journey, the important journey, begins now, because Stoicism isn't about theory. It's about action. These 7 principles aren't just ideas to admire, they are practices to live. When you learn to control your response, embrace adversity, let go of outcomes, master yourself, live by your values, accept change, and appreciate what you have, you become unshakable. Not perfect, not immune to pain, but anchored, resilient, alive. So as you go forward, don't just remember these teachings, embody them. You don't have to change the world, you just have to change how you see it. And that begins with one powerful decision: to be a good human being.